Alright, so last time we kind of got through talking to everyone once we went back to... what's it called?
So I forgot we're on this main quest line, but don't let me forget after I finish this part right here, I actually do want to go back to Skyhold because I did forget to go talk to somebody.
Demons ahead. They don't
A demon!
understand it here. They want to destroy everything.
It's actually Ghibli. Demon! What?
It was like my family group chat.
Oh.
Papa.
Coming. Good. Just got warmed up.
Okay. I actually don't know how bad that is, but it's not something I would normally think is like the worst, you know?
Okay. We're doing it. This is easy. How about a real challenge? My squad can take it.
And then 30 of those little ice beam men shoot out.
I know, right?
Ruin your day.
Oh. Well, okay, I stood on top of a crater. That was my bad. Don't you dare come near Dorian. You leave my husband alone. Alright, easy peasy. Inform the mayor.
Stop the undead hordes from attacking Crestwood.
Let's tell the mayor.
They are
Mad.
In my head, the mayor is the mayor from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Hello, squad.
I mean, you should like make this into your lair. This is pretty cool.
It's a pretty nice area. I don't know what is pinging. Oh, this is pinging. I mean, I didn't check out that room fully yet. So we'll go back, but... Is this water? No. Nothing around here?
Yeah, why'd they let you in here?
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Is this a dwarven tag?
I think so.
Sure this is how we get out of here? I feel a draft. There must be a way out nearby.
Hold on. And that looks like a way out, so... We'll look over here
Gonna
first.
find like the dwarven demon that lives in here.
Yeah. Wait, I feel like I've been here before?
Nope.
Okay, no. So this does look like an exit over here, so... Before I go further this way, I'll backtrack a little bit.
Activate.
Hell yeah.
So what does it do?
And that's the thing from that quest line where you found that lady, like, looking in the cave, and she said, well, Solus said if we activate them, it makes the rifts less likely to appear there.
Oh.
So they kind of act as, like, a guard to the spirits and stuff. Because that was back in the hinterlands, so we didn't have any other mages within our party, so we were still bringing Solus with us everywhere. press the wrong button. Sorry, everybody.
The mimic test?
Another mosaic piece? We gotta have all these pieces, right? Oh no. There's only 3 of 12? Damn. Okay, that's it though? That's all that's down here?
I forgot we put Cole in that goofy mask.
But it gives him, like, what is it, extra crit or something like that?
Yeah.
What do you mean, goofy? Our boy looks great. He looks so good. There's something back here? Kinda looked like there was, like, steps down.
Yeah. I'm surprised there's not like a golem in here or something.
Excuse me? Okay, a completely useless weapon that I'm probably gonna sell. Because what's the point of any weapon that's not a purple or blue weapon right now, honestly? Because we have so many good ones. Hello, little dogs!
It's quiet. They like the quiet. Dwarves used to trap them, but they don't remember the dwarves. Even dwarves don't really remember the dwarves.
Oh, okay. Whatever the hell that means.
I feel like that's a statement about how the dwarves have lost a bit of their cultural history because they abandoned all these taigs when the blight happened.
Well, yeah. But that's not their fault. Like, they're actually trying to get it back.
But they don't remember. There's only one left in there. I'm not gonna take your last chip.
I was gonna eat one of those small bags of chips with dinner, and then I think you ate the last one, and I was like, okay, I'll get some salt and vinegar.
I ate it with my, tomato soup.
Yeah. Ugh. Another mosaic piece.
We left a bunch of them down here. Like, is this a secret?
What?
A bunch of skulls with a cheese wheel on their head.
Why are they so big? What are they skulls of?
I don't know. Like, what is this? I think that it was just a little, like, haha, we hid this over here.
Yeah.
We came and checked it. It's like, I think we've been here before. We, like, couldn't get through. Because the door was locked from the other side.
Hi, Nug.
Don't worry, buddy. I'm running with the you. Running with the nugs. Oh, there's a Gruffalo down here? Are you just hanging out? Are you okay?
You know what area we haven't done yet?
The
Deep Roads.
Yes, we have not done the Deep Roads.
Which is the coolest part of the game.
Is the Deep Roads your favorite area?
I love any area where, like, there's, like, a safe world, and they're like, that's the chasm to hell. We don't know what's at the bottom.
What do you mean the mayor's gone?
Excuse me?
Excuse me? Oh, okay. They just stood there and said, what do you mean the mayor's gone? And then that's it. Letter of Confession. Inquisitor. It was not Darkspawn that opened the dam and flooded Old Crestwood 10 years ago. I did in secret the night they attacked. The undead you have been fighting are the people I killed with my own hands. We'd taken in refugees from the Blight. Many were ill. We moved the sick to the lower part of Crestwood and the refugees into the caves to stop the disease from spreading. It didn't work. One confessed he'd seen blight sickness before. It was always fatal. When the Darkspawn attacked, I knew the only way the village would survive is if the blight sick drowned with the monsters. Cannot bear the sight of old Crestwood now that the water's gone. I cannot stay. I'm sorry. Mayor Gregory
Letter of
Dedrick.
confession from the mayor. It says he was the one who flooded Old Crestwood 10 years ago to stop the blight from spreading.
Villagers learn about this, they're not going to be happy.
What
You
is...
know what that means.
Will the Inquisition bring him in?
That's like one of those decisions where, like, honestly, if I think about it, I'm like, can I really fault him for making a decision like that? Because, like, the people who were sick were already, it's a fatal illness.
Yeah.
Like, they're already gonna die. Obviously, there's something to be said about, like, just killing innocent people like that, but, like, if it protected the rest of the village, I don't know.
It's like cutting off like a gangrenous arm or something.
That's like a decision I hope I never have to make something like that in my life. What am I looting?
The bear's butt.
I guess. Okay, and then we do have, there is one other NPC up here that we have to turn a quest into, so I'm just gonna go see her because I'm here and I don't want to have to walk all the way back up here.
But yeah, that's like, you know, someone's unconscious. If you don't cut off like their arm, they'll die.
Yeah.
And you have to like make that decision for them.
As the moth sees light and goes toward your worship.
I've already found the remains of the people who died in Old Crestwood.
Placid Andraste. I didn't imagine you'd look yourself. Thank you for your thoughtfulness. It is all too rare these days. I will prepare the bodies for cremation.
Alright, we've done it. Like, is there anything else up here? What's in this? Can I get in this tower? Okay, well I can, but there's not much in here.
Yeah. Silver Nug Foot Charm.
Oh. Okay, so now...
We gotta do our war table stuff.
Sure, I do gotta go.
Wasn't he?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, might just help your throat.
Yeah.
You
I mean, my throat doesn't really hurt, it's just that, like, opening my mouth even to speak, I can tell I'm not opening it as wide as I normally do, because I'm like, I don't want to hurt. It's just sore, is all, you know?
want honey?
Yeah.
You've
Worship?
gathered quite the collection.
Oh, they got, like, a whole feasting table with, like, a whole roast pig and chicken on there. Josie!
He spent his life in the circle. Perhaps a tailored coat from Valrayo? He can't wear armor all the time.
He will appreciate the gesture, Lady Ambassador.
That's a polite way of saying he wouldn't like it, isn't it?
What are you talking about?
Yes.
What do the people make of us?
We've gathered many favors among the nobility.
I feel like she said this last time, too. Can I, like...
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out
How come
for?
you don't want me to romance you?
Countess Lutetia in the halls. A lovely woman, but her conversations tend towards the unusual. She's the patron of Orlay's greatest naturalists. The Countess's particular passion is collecting butterflies.
That doesn't sound unusual.
She goes into great detail about preserving them. It seems to involve large amounts of chemicals and pins.
Sounds like a regular Wednesday Addams. AKA, can I meet her? Alright, war table time. Let's go. What do we got for you guys today?
Don't forget, you keep sending Liliana out on the mission, you keep saying Camo mission.
I can't remember what it is. Okay, aid those impacted by the Civil War. A letter marked with the Chevalier seal. It was an honor to fight alongside the soldiers of the Inquisition. The demons stood little chance. You run an impressive army, Commander. Nothing seals an alliance like the bonds formed in battle. May we find similar victories together in future. Okay, that's one. Okay, the girls must be over here. Lord Enzo of Antiva. Sister Liliana, our agents entered Lord Enzo's home. where they discovered several pieces of correspondence connecting Enzo to the Venatori. Worse, it seems Enzo did more than buy into their philosophy. He's been arranging to send volunteers to Red Lyrium mines. So they took these people from Rialto's poorer, more unfortunate residences. Few noticed the disappearances. Our agents were prepared to confront Enzo with the evidence, but he failed to return. We have since learned that he hired a ship to Brisenia?
The hell is that? Oh, in the Free Marches.
In the Free Marches. Seems unlikely that Enzo knew of our presence, but something spooked him. Mason. Liliana has written a note below. Have our agents track Lord Enzo to the Free Marches. His work for the Venatori must not continue. Let us pray the trail does not run.
You seem to enjoy yourself at the Winter Palace, Liliana. Or was that part of the game?
Perhaps it was both.
This is what I was trying to explain to some of my students about Britlit is like the romance of like chivalry is like a game they play, you know? Here comes Gizmo.
Inquisitor. While most of Haven has been destroyed, the Chargers recovered some lost gear still intact, along with enemy corpses that might yield information about what we're up against. More importantly, the assistance of Ferelden forces enabled the Chargers to rescue refugees who had not yet heard what happened at Haven. My troops brought them in safely. In addition to the farmers you'd expect, there are several skilled craftsmen and even some soldiers. After seeing the devastation wrought in Haven, they are eager to help the Inquisition. Lieutenant Cremisius? Oh, Crem? Is that Crem?
Oh, maybe.
So... Oh, it's this one. I want to let them keep their weapons.
Inquisitor.
That's the one I keep trying to send Liliana on.
It only takes 10 minutes, too.
Apart from that, it's probably Liliana, too. Other herbs to serve any master. Truth or Dare, I feel like, are usually good Josephine missions. Yeah, this is a Josephine-only mission?
Words cannot express my gratitude for your gracious hospitality at Skyhold. After the events at Haven, one can hardly go anywhere in the Empire without hearing the word Inquisition. I shall be glad to have some facts to add to the wild rumors. I am as grieved as you to hear of the vicious slander being spread that Justinia V was the best of us. It pains me to think that others would pollute her legacy in such a manner. I travel to Val Foray soon. I shall ensure my cousins know the truth of the matter. Sincerely, Comte Ronald de Moyer.
Now that he's been here, we should talk to the nobles he's been seen with and let them all know.
His name is like Ronald of Death.
At your service.
Yeah.
It's not spelled the same way, but it's very close.
Okay, now we need a Cullen mission.
Well, Cullen's here to call.
I feel like maybe diverting soldiers in the Frostbacks, maybe? Okay, it's a Cullen-only mission. Letter delivered by messenger bird. My name is Sister Paulette. My sisters and I have been accompanying a handful of injured Inquisition soldiers to the Frostbacks as they are no longer able to fight for the Inquisition. They wish to return to their families in Ferelden. These are strange times and many seek the solace or forgiveness of loved ones. Unfortunately, that peace may never come. The band of Avar, refusing to see reason, have pinned us down. We have taken refuge in a cave and are holding them off as best we can, but do not know how long we can last. Understand this bird is trained to return to Skyhold. I pray it is so. We need aid. A note in Cullen's hand follows. Soldiers dispatched from Skyhold itself will not reach them in time. We should have men near their location. We set a party to pursue a group of Red Templars we suspect of moving captured civilians to one of the Red Lyrium mines. A swift bird might reach the party, allowing them to get up to the sisters' aid. However, we would likely lose the Templars' trail. Oh, she's been... Okay, so she... No one wants to make this call, but if the Red Templars do escape, I think
it's a typo for sure.
More people will be harmed, our soldiers would understand. So Cullen is the official answer, but it means I sacrifice those soldiers.
Up to you.
And Josephine's is to save them. You know what? Honestly, Cullen, hunt those Templars. You go for it. Alright, now we've got everybody out on missions. Liliana should honestly be almost done by the time we talk to some people here so then I can just send her out on another long mission before we go back into the wilderness.
Worship?
Stone mad, Inquisitor.
Do you have insight into the stories these tiles are supposed to depict?
You finish one, and I'll write it up. Who better, right? A good dwarven perspective.
I thought I did finish one, but I guess not.
Inquisitor.
Okay.
A working nursery with not a space wasted. We'll want for nothing.
Oh, you're planting?
Yeah, I'm planting. Do I even have any rare seeds? Okay, but this is where I wanted to go. There she is!
Oh.
Is that our son? Hello? Who are you? Tell me. Not our son, but you know what I mean. The hero of Ferelden.
Mama, where's Papa?
You're the Inquisitor.
He looks too old to have a voice like that, but...
Mother
You
never
dare
told
speak to
the
me?
Inquisitor was an elf.
I am indeed an elf.
The years gave me away, didn't they?
No, your blood is very old.
Oh, okay.
Right away.
Kieran, are you bothering the Inquisitor?
Of course not. Did you see what's on his hand, Mother?
I did see. 'Tis time to return to your studies, little man.
Going.
Oh.
My son. Never where you expect him to be, naturally.
I didn't know you had a son.
Why would you? I take great pains to not let my own reputation affect him in any way. To most in the Imperial Court, he's simply a quiet and well-spoken lad. Perhaps the heir of some distant family. But he goes where I go. Worry not, Inquisitor. Kieran is a curious boy, but seldom troublesome.
Where is his father?
The computer's just like humming.
Oh
His
no.
father be joining us as well.
'Twould be most unlikely. I have raised.
I don't understand
Kieran
why
on
it's
my own
struggling
for
to
quite
do
some time
Inquisition
now,
now,
as
when
was
at
my
the beginning
preference
it
from
was
the
fine.
start.
I think it always was
So,
struggling a little bit,
two of us, Inquisitor.
but like,
Your fortress is a
it
large
just
place,
sounds like
and
this
you
game
must notice how
is not built to work on computers.
Hmm.
Like, not that it's like it can't work, but the way it was built is for tech that no longer exists, and it doesn't work well with new tech, and they won't patch it.
Hmm.
He seems like a fine young man.
But not the sort one might expect a woman like me to raise. No son of mine would be raised in a marsh, bereft of contact with the outside world. His future will be difficult enough.
Seems interesting that you're against that when you were very proud of the fact that you were in the
Recently,
first
this
game.
place stood decrepit, occupied only by the desperate and the lost. Now it is party to events that threaten to shake the world. I wonder if it is pleased.
Hey, if you talk to Solus, I feel like you guys would have some interesting conversations.
It sounds like you've heard of Skyhold before.
This fortress was built upon the remains of a site holy to the ancient elves. They called it Tara Salan, the place where the sky is kept. It is said that from here, they reached up to the heavens to bring them down to rest. They abandoned it, as did the humans who came after them. Bones laid upon bones, silent until your arrival.
I like this place. I've made it mine.
The magic in this place has seeped into the stones, protecting it from darkness. Those who let it fall to ruin did not know what they possessed. You, I think, shall do it justice. You were kind
Thank you.
to welcome my aid, Inquisitor, even
This was
knowing as
watching.
little of me as you do.
Yep.
I will do
Just
my
waiting for that, man.
best to aid your cause with all the knowledge at my disposal. This I swear to you.
Thank you.
I appreciate whatever help you can give us.
Some might think Corypheus a madman for seeking godhood. Yet one must ask, what were the old gods? What secrets of theirs did the ancient magisters know? What I fear, what all should fear, is not that Corypheus believes he can succeed. 'Tis that he actually may.
I mean, I saw that future. Trust me, I'm scared of that.
Yeah.
Wandering the gardens, I see.
Now that you've seen the Inquisition up close, what are your impressions?
'Tis remarkable what you have built.
Tis.
I will give you that.
How did we get a little giggle out of her like we did in the first one? Remember when she was just like,
yeah.
Conjured from thin air through the power of fervor alone.
And also, I don't buy it that Silas wouldn't have heard that she fucking works for the Celine.
I know, right? Like, where are we?
We have to defeat him first, then I'll worry about what's next.
Should that happen, the world will lie at your feet, more or less. Beware the heights you reach, Inquisitor. When this is done, many will be eager to knock you back down.
I'd like to know more about you.
Ah, yes. Whence comes the mystery woman slinking her way into the Inquisition's ranks? Once I was an apostate, living well away from the banal influence of the Chantry in the Kukari wilds. Then came the Fifth Blight with its darkspawn, and I left Ferelden for the Empress's court. 'Tis certain the nobles of Orlais breathe a collective sigh of relief that I am now here.
It's odd that an apostate could live so openly.
It confuses
No.
those who expect apostates to cower and...
Hell yeah.
I stand boldly before them and demand to know why I need some Chantry mage to teach me to control my power.
That's crazy that I've completed 50 missions on the war table, and yet there's still so many that are on there.
To have friends in
It's never ending. The leader of the Inquisition's work is never done.
The Orlesian court seems like an odd place to find someone like you.
That was the point, originally. I knew the Empress was intrigued by the arcane, and that I could answer questions no Chantry mage could. Thus, we fit together nicely. I became her advisor.
It's like, is that the computer?
Yeah.
And source of refuge. Truth be told, our arrangement
They're
would not have
hot?
lasted
I
much
mean,
longer.
a little bit.
Too many wagging tongues, even for Celine.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight.
The Blight began in the Kukari wilds, so yes, I experienced it firsthand. Indeed, I fought at the hero of Ferelden's side for a time. He is the reason the Blight was
And why have a son?
We
Yep.
were very close. It was difficult to leave him. And
Really?
after that, I came
Because
to
you kind of
Orlais.
just fucked off.
The last place one would look for me, or such was my hope.
Tell me more about your son.
He is a very special young man.
Special in what way?
In every way. At first, Kieran was a means to an end. But as he grew, I never thought of myself as a mother Inquisitor. I had no good example to follow. I find myself becoming something I can barely recognize.
Okay.
I'll leave you to the garden.
She does seem very different from how she was in the first
She's
game.
less prickly.
But she, I guess, yeah, she does have a son, so that probably... Oh, right, okay. This for later, this for later. We won't go there just yet. I was like, did I explore?
People everywhere. They're all sitting around. I'm the only one working.
Okay, so we're gonna go back to the war table. We're gonna send Liliana on a longer quest so that she can be doing something while Helen and Josephine are doing something, and then we're gonna go back to side quest.
Okay.
And I know I can talk to Dorian right now, and I could probably do more romance stuff, but I don't know if I should talk to Iron Bull and keep trying to do that, or Josephine's not giving me anything. I don't know if I messed something up with her questline. Got some chainmail. Okay, I want you to keep doing the Arden Hightown mission.
It was interesting to see how much has changed in Halam Shiral. And so little. Madame Méprise is a fixture. The sun will grow cold before she retires.
Copies of Arden Hightown and Hard in Hightown 3, the Repunchening, sit side by side on the table along with a note. Nightingale found several similarities in events to Vaird's books, but all are slightly off. Dead Magister was not in his home. Man found murdered in locked room was a comp, not a magistrate. Executors did not send a warning note directly to Donan. Obviously, object of plot is Sword of Hassarin, not a penny dreadful author. Close look at the rip-off book shows numerous grammatical and spelling errors that seem random at first, but ciphers believe might contain coded information. Killer and author are clearly linked. Either the murder investigation or the code might lead us to a target. Scrivener. Oh, hers isn't the...
Crestwood has had no further trouble with the...
Interesting. Leliana's is not the short one, but I'm gonna have her decipher the cipher. Because Cullen says ignore the cipher and just do the murder investigation and it's faster, but hers is... We're gonna send her.
So I was just looking to see what people said about romance in this game, and they said every single time you come back, you should always start with Josephine. See if you can flirt with her, and then move your way out. And they said it's really easy to romance Blackwall, so you just have to avoid him like the plague, because otherwise it's really easy to get stuck with him.
It's funny because it's easy to get stuck with him apparently, and I've never romanced him once nor ever felt like I was getting stuck in. But I think you can only romance him as a female human or elf inquisitor, and I feel like I don't play that often.
Ah, come on, Krim. I'm working my ass off trying to get you to see that move.
You still got plenty of arse left, Chief. Your worship.
Glad you came by. I got a letter from my contacts in the Ben Hasrath. Already verified it with Red.
Do you want to discuss this alone?
Not like I was hiding it from my boys. Besides, right now, I need to hit something.
You know they've got training dummies, Chief.
The training dummy might actually defend itself against this shield bash. Anyway,
damn, got him.
Hasrath letter.
What's in the letter?
What did the letter say?
The Ben Hasrath have been reading my reports. They don't like Corypheus or his Venatori. And they really don't like Red Lyrium. They're ready to work with us. With you, boss. The Qunari and the Inquisition joining forces.
Oh, this interests me.
Yeah, this is weird.
That could be a powerful alliance.
My people have never made a full-blown alliance with a foreign power before. This would be a big step. They found a massive Red Lyrium shipping operation out on the coast.
They wanted us to hit it together. Talked about bringing in one of their dreadnoughts. Always wanted to see one of those big war ships in action.
Did you see that? Go get some water.
Damn.
They're worried about tipping the smugglers, so no army. My chargers, you, maybe some backup.
What does this alliance really get us?
They wouldn't use the word alliance if they didn't mean it. Naval power. More Ben Hasrath reports. Qunari soldiers pointed at the Venatori. It could do a lot of good.
You don't seem entirely happy about this.
No, I'm good. It's... I'm used to them being over there. It's been a while.
They haven't come to visit for a while.
I thought Qunari wanted to extend their reach to the whole world.
Yeah. Just didn't think I'd see it. Look, the Qun answers
He's
a lot
like,
of questions.
yeah.
It's a good life for a lot of people. But it's a big change. And a lot of folks here wouldn't do so well under that kind of life. I guess it's not like we're converting. This is just us joining forces against Corypheus. On that front, I think we're good.
Can you imagine saying, I don't trust Qunari?
Right to his face?
I think the Inquisition could use some help from the Qunari.
Good. I'll pass on word to Cullen and Red. We can set up the meeting whenever you're ready.
Hey, Cassandra.
She's also here?
She's also here.
Greetings.
Okay. Nothing new?
Another time, then.
Nothing going on there. Just gotta make sure. Okay, so the table's set up. Which ones have we had for a long time? I mean, we've had Blackwall stuff for a long time. We've definitely had your stuff for a long time, but like, look. They're all over the place. Okay, we got something else from,
oh, that's
I don't even remember this one.
That's the guy he met outside the wall, and Liliana was like, I think he's gonna betray us, and you're like, no.
Okay. Talk to Sarah about the... Did I hold a march? I'm gonna go talk to Sarah, I guess.
Good day. Welcome.
Good day.
Good day.
I'm running drills. They're drinking and pay better.
Yo, Tsunami.
What's up?
Welcome
to the Dragon Age side quest time.
Got a location for a stash. Hopefully something nice for my trouble. Well, your trouble.
How's Diablo going?
Ready to head out?
I really want to get it, it's just expensive.
Who is putting up the reward for this?
Don't know. Sometimes it's past the hat. Sometimes it's I lifted this from Master's vault. Doesn't matter, does it? Job done. Time to get what we're owed.
I mean, I'm here, I guess. Let's go now.
Ready if you are.
Always, yeah. My favorite part, this. Let's go see what...
I was, looking at stuff about, obviously, like, romance option stuff, because I'm playing this right now. But, like, a lot of people have the same issue with Sarah that I do, where she's, like, she's kind of the only, like, strictly lesbian option, but she's just kind of mean to your, like, romancer, you know?
Damn, level 50? So I think I'm gonna play Diablo 1, 2, and 3.
Nice.
As, like, a test. Like, the same reason I'm playing Ocarina of Time is, like, it's just a game I never played that I probably should have played, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, so same thing. But I also want to play Diablo 4 someday.
Wait, this is weird.
What?
I was expecting a village or something. The people that leave me stuff don't trek out to places like this. Give me a city and I'll give you a tour, but surprise, surprise, I don't know stupid woods or ruins. What's that?
Don't hurt me. Harmond made me do it.
What's your name and why are you here?
He made me come. Said I had to lead him to her because I said things. It was just bar talk.
This was supposed to be a simple drop. What's going on?
You're her. You're the one he's waiting for. It's her. She's here. Red Jenny.
Yeah. Okay, he's dead.
Sucks to suck. Okay, hold on really quick.
Yeah, you gotta gear up. Yeah, let me open this on my laptop so I don't forget.
Oh, I don't think I can do it while I'm in fighting mode. But Sarah, I'll level her up after.
Oh, the Memoria Project! I saw that! Yeah, we were talking about that a couple days ago. It's crazy. That's a fan-made project.
Oh, this guy tried to sneak around.
Hold on. I was not aware the Inquisitor was personally involved.
Well, now I'm invisible.
This is a tragic misunderstanding. Let's all sheath our swords, you walk out, and we'll conduct this like business.
Don't believe this piss bag. He started it.
I'm assuming it's this guy over here. Okay, hold on. Can I level up Sarah now?
Yeah, we haven't used her in a while.
Tempest? Interesting. Yeah, let's just get her some flasks.
She did just call him a bladder. You are not wrong.
Classic Sarah.
There. That wasn't so hard, was it? We identified the confusion, and we worked past it. I'm Lord Pel Harmond.
I don't like you.
I do hope, Inquisitor, that you continue to respond to reason. After all, your
Dorian. Bombastic side eye in the background from Dorian.
Another noble prick who punches down.
Why you use the word bombastic?
Well,
it's a TikTok sound.
Yeah,
nothing like me, but we both need people.
I don't know what it's from, but they're like, bombastic side eye. intense side eye or something. Like, they just start saying that, and it's like,
He's like, stay away from my man.
yeah, right. His face looks evil. The guy we're talking to? Or Dorian?
He seems like a businessman who would screw you over at every chance.
That is my ally that you attacked.
You want to talk now, but Sarah is my ally. You
that
attacked
guy.
her friends.
Come now. You know how much hurt
Fuck this guy.
He's also got very angular eyebrows.
You were complicit. Honestly, previous to this very moment, I thought you'd also been tricked by these red jennies. Despite your foreign nature, as Inquisitor, you are a social peer. I attacked them on behalf of us both.
Arse biscuit.
Ass biscuit.
Inquisitor, Herald, I don't want to be your enemy. I'm barely invested in being hers. If you are
yeah,
to have her murdered
in the middle of the night, yeah.
We could be exceptional partners.
You were up to something in Vashel, huh?
The dialogue and stuff in this game is really good.
Bettering my wealth and position? I'm always seeking that.
By getting people hurt?
Lady Shell Morveau and I were jockeying for the land south of Vershel. To claim land, you must populate it. My people encouraged hers to leave. Her people answered in kind, etc. Really, it was all terribly standard displacement until your troops seemed to change the balance. Well played.
Stop talking to him. Really, just stop it.
Okay, well, I don't want to partner with him.
The servants you killed, they did nothing except talk about what was going on.
You killed my contacts. My friends.
Very shiny.
That is entirely true.
Very shiny.
Well, that should be that then.
You're the one who empowered them, made their complaints a threat.
How dare you empower the lower class?
Tell the snot splash no already. Not saying again.
Okay, do you think kill him or just get out of my sight?
I mean, either one is fine with me, but I think other people will get mad if you just kill him. I don't know. He'd be a problem later, I guess.
Just get out of my sight, bro.
No deal. But no more killing either. Just get out of here.
Surprising. Disappointing, but also welcome over the alternative.
Like fun it is.
Don't worry, I'm as good as dead to you. I certainly won't be seeking out more of your people. Be sure to return the favor.
His face is just like, scrunches.
Did Sarah approve of that? She probably would have approved of killing him. Yeah.
But I feel like the rest of your party would be not happy with that. Loading.
What? What do you want? Because I'm still angry. Angry face. You let that pisshead go. You know he's just gonna play his game somewhere else. That's what they do.
And like, the other two, these just seem so intense.
Yeah.
Like, don't question me.
I did what I thought was best. It wasn't ideal, and I apologize.
What? Really?
Really.
Well, good.
She just wanted me to say sorry.
What do you mean? Because I am really not used to that.
Is it too late for me to
Thing
say
you're doing
sorry?
right
It's simple. I'm getting romance options with fucking Sarah, who's not even interested in men, but I don't get a romance option with Josephine. What the hell?
We'll have some differences, but I want to be one of your friends.
You're pretty big to be one of my contacts. Important, I mean, not fat. But all right, Inquisitor.
Just to clarify.
You're on my good side. We'll see if it lasts.
I probably won't, because I feel like every pro-mage decision I make just is a count against me. And
The winding road, defiant of the vile.
okay, do we have any other inner circle? Like, do we have Cole's one? Meet with Josephine has a quest line that I have been ignoring.
How dare you ignore our girl?
Maybe that's why I'm not getting romance options with her. I mean, I still kind of want to romance Dorian, but should I bring Dorian on this mission?
Maybe. feel like we've been streaming for like a really long time. It's only been 2 hours. I was like, is it time for cat food yet?
Not yet.
It's like weirdly quiet outside. Like nobody's like cars and sounds. It's weirded me out.
Yeah. On Chard?
On Chard.
Inquisitor. Good, good. This is exactly what I was hoping for.
Oh wait, is this the guy for Dorian?
Is that why we're here?
Oh, oops.
I said I wanted to do this myself.
Oh no!
I don't want to be indebted to anyone, least of all you.
I'm sorry.
I apologize, but that won't be possible. Do forgive me, Inquisitor. But when I heard of your association with Monsieur
Association?
I could not resist. It's not coin I seek for the amulet, but influence. Influence you possess, but which the young man does not. Provided, of course, you...
I like the idea that he's so desperate for his influence, he's been standing here for like 2 weeks.
Aren't you a merchant? Why not just sell it back?
I am not a fence, monsieur. I only bought your friend's amulet because of what it is. I do business in the Imperium. Having a birthright, even one not your own, is most useful in select situations.
Huh. He's got the right of it there.
That's why I gave the young man so much. If he relinquished it, how is that my doing?
Dorian said he didn't want me to come. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Sarcasm.
To sell Dorian his amulet, just to get me here. Mission accomplished.
Why does he keep taking Cole's hat off in the cutscenes?
You, my lord. I only wish equitable recompense. The Ligue de Celestine is an organization of wealthy noblemen in Orlais. I would join, but I lack the lineage. If
Sounds like a
someone
personal
like
problem.
you applied pressure, they would admit me. That would be worth the return of the amulet.
You wish to anger me?
Yeah, I mean, ask Dorian.
I am gonna ask Dorian. Ultimately, I feel like it's his decision.
No,
so.
you wish to anger me, I hear in Sim's voice. You wish to anger me?
I got myself into this. I should get myself out of it.
Perhaps you should accept your friend's help, monsieur.
Kafas, I know what you think, and he's not my friend. He's...
Yo, excuse me?
Hey, what? I thought we were friends.
Even so, that is a price.
He's my
I
boo
shall
thing.
accept no other.
He said no. So, is this? Am I gonna like kill him in the street right now? That seems bad.
No, I can look it up, but
I'll just say no.
I'm not gonna help you.
As you wish. Should you change your mind, you know the price.
So you'll still cling to my amulet, even if you can't wring anything out of the Inquisitor?
As I told you before, monsieur, it is not for sale. Perhaps you should not have let it go.
Yes, perhaps.
A good day, your worship.
Then Dorian murdered him.
So much for that. Thank you for trying.
You're welcome. Okay, we do have an option at the war table, so if that comes up, I gotta make sure not to do it, because Dorian said no.
I trust you've heard when we found Roderick at Haven.
And when it all cleared, she was still in charge. So what was the point?
So many people talking. Alright, Josie.
And pussycats?
It's time.
Do you know where this noble wanted to meet us?
I do. The Old Boisvert invited us to his mansion, not far from here. I pray he clears up the deaths of my messenger.
I brought only my finest squad. A bull. A fancy man. And a ghost.
Lead the way.
I could see that one becoming a TikTok sound. I brought only my finest squad. A bull. A fancy man.
And a ghost. Oh man, is that the same guy we just talked to?
God damn it!
I think he just has the same
same exact outfit.
character.
The honor is mine. Please, sit.
Okay, I remember this scene. I don't remember how to answer the questions. We're gonna. This is a diplomatic, right, situation.
We appreciate your help, Comte.
The death of Lady Montile's servants must weigh heavily on you. Have you heard of the House of Repose?
The Assassin's League?
My contacts obtained a copy of a document in the archives. Contract for a life.
The House of Repose is hereby sworn to eliminate anyone attempting to overturn the Montilier's trading exile in Orlais.
Ask her questions about herself.
This one?
You don't seem surprised. That's what I'm guessing.
Okay.
She likes when you inquire about her work, her job.
Overly complicated assassination plots are part of Orlesian politics, I take it.
You saw them firsthand at Alam-Shiral, Inquisitor.
The contract was signed by a noble family. The Dew Paraquets.
But the Paraquets died out as a noble line over 60 years ago.
Indeed. But the contract was signed 109 years ago.
How can a family try to kill you after they died out?
The Du Paraquets were our rivals. They drove the Montiliers from Val Royaux. This contract was drawn up over 100 years ago, but it wasn't invoked until I tried to overturn my family's exile.
Unpleasant though it may be, the House of Repose is merely fulfilling its contractual duties.
If the people who wanted your family dead are gone, why are the assassins still
Just wearing like that gaudy jewelry must be so uncomfortable.
Josephine?
Yeah.
Live and die by their reputations. The entire guild's welfare would be endangered if an agreement was tossed aside on a whim of time or fate.
She's quite right, Your Worship. The House of Repose is doing what it feels necessary. By its standards.
Hey, Josephine, what do we do?
Yeah.
I assume you have a thought or two on this, Josephine.
The Du Paraquets still have descendants under the common branch. If we elevate them to nobility, a Du Paraquet could annul the contract on my life.
That will take time, Lady Montilier. Time during which the House of Repose will be obliged to hunt you.
Will they now? You are exceedingly well informed. You're not to have said you'd heard rumors, at best.
A bit of subterfuge. This contract on your life is an ugly business. One the House of Repose deeply regrets. But this
I
is
remember
all
this part.
Even an assassin's word is his bond.
Does Comte Boisvert actually exist?
Absolutely. The Comte's offer to reveal the killers of Lady Montile's messengers was genuine.
Here's a way for you
So
to
was his
remember.
information.
Bois, just by itself, means
A
to
name
drink.
to be tied up later.
Okay.
You can connect it to your Dragon Age lore.
I'm guessing the actual Comte Boisvert met with a fatal accident.
Comte Boisvert slumbers in a nearby closet. Nothing more. The contract on Lady Montile's life is so unusual, we felt the courtesy of an explanation was in order.
It is appreciated, monsieur.
Thank you, assassins, for letting me know why you're gonna try and kill me.
To revoke our orders is an interesting one. I wish you luck.
Hey, that's
I
my
did not want to
girl.
shed blood today, Inquisitor. Only to speak. Might I pass?
Why warn us about your contract and let us go?
In Orlais, it is only decent to inform those involved in a contract when extraordinary circumstances conspire.
And the guild's reputation...
It's a cool quest.
Yeah, it's a cool plotline, right?
I quite understand.
Thank you, my lady. May we conclude with my departure?
Yes. You may go.
Go, then.
Good day, Your Worship. My lady, I pray we'll never meet again.
Just means like, oh shit.
I didn't think our meeting would end like this.
We'll deal with
Hey
these
guys.
assassins.
I have some thoughts. Let's discuss them back at Skyhold. I'll feel safer with the castle's walls around me.
Do you hear something?
Oh, goodness. Comte Boisvert, is that you? Oh, the lock's been broken off. We'll find a saw. I realize the cabinet is quite valuable, Comte, but surely... A locksmith, then?
Affirmative muffled yelling. Pleased muffled yelling.
Can we rob him?
I was like, is it you got like a mosaic tile or something in here? Nothing? I thought there was something. Alright, you have fun doing that.
That's the kind of politics I want in books.
Yeah, I was just thinking that's a really good, like, oh, there was this murder that happened, and you get this letter from like a connection that says they can help you like investigate why it happened, and then it turns out that you got called by the people who actually carried out the murder.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Wait, where am I going? I'm going to talk to Josephine.
Yeah, we're going to see our girl. What if we get in there and she was dead?
He likes them.
There.
Truly?
Very much, Lady Ambassador.
It's just butter and sugar. Ferelden taste is so simple.
Yeah, the English don't know how to cook.
So sorry, Inquisitor. I never thought my family's trading status would trap us in an assassin's plot.
I don't know.
You couldn't have known it would lead to this House of Repose coming after you.
It still shouldn't have slipped past me. I've tracked down the last two paraquets. If they become gentry, they can annul the contract on my life. We'll require a noble from Val Royaux to sponsor them, a judge to provide documents...
Good thing we just hooked up the queen with her long-lost lover.
Take the longest course of action, even when your life is at stake. I assume you already know everything about this mess.
There is a faster way, Josephine. The original contract on your life is in the vaults of the House of Repose. If my agents infiltrate it and destroy the original, the assassin will have no obligation to chase you.
Liliana, please. I want no more bloodshed over a personal affair.
Don't be so stubborn, Josie. How long will it take you to gather these favors in Val Royaux?
I mean, I feel like it's Josephine's family.
Yeah.
So ultimately, it should be Josephine's decision for how it's handled. So I'm with Josephine.
Also, like Liliana's version could work, but it could also just make things worse. And Josephine seems to be like, I've talked to the people whose family tried to kill me. I can help them get back, and then we won't have like a blood feud.
Yeah.
We can solve this without more deaths on either side.
My people are ready, should you change your mind. I'll post a watch on our ambassador in case the House of Repose visits.
I appreciate it, but I still believe elevating the Duparaquets will solve this.
She's like, oh, you
we need to perform some
keeping me from murdering people once again.
Discuss where we could begin.
Okay, yes, we do gotta perform some favors. Unfortunately, nobody is available at the table right now. Oh wait, it says speak with Josephine about the next move. So wait, is there still another...
Any news on the House of Repose, Inquisitor?
What's our next
You
move?
said I'd have to do some favors in Val Royaux if we want to make the Duparaquets lords.
She's like, there's a fine Val Royaux man who would love some tender caresses from a supple
Very
Inquisitor.
amenable to sponsoring the Duparaquets as lords. Any news on the House of Repose, Inquisitor?
No, but I was hoping... Okay, I was hoping to get some romance options, but...
Cullen's back!
Okay, Cullen's back.
There are procedures for granting honored citizens of the Empire the title of Lord or Lady. Very long procedures. And so much paperwork. I've called in a substantial number of favors just to cut through half of it.
Why did the Duparaquets hate the Montiliers so much they set up a permanent assassination watch?
That's a blood feud right there.
A young couple, pledged elsewhere, attempted to elope. The whole thing ended so violently, it's a wonder any survived. It's fortunate the Duparaquets...
Romeo and Juliet plotline.
Right?
What if the Duparaquets refuse to aid you?
I've already contacted the Duparaquets, Inquisitor. They're ready to help us.
The Duparaquets. I feel like they say it every other sentence.
Probably like later when you have choices to make, they want you to make sure you remember who they are.
Heavy bag of coin once this is over.
Are you sure the House of Repose will forget this assassin contract on a farmer's signature?
It's perfectly legal. In Val Royaux's noble circles, a written word is a bond. Besides, the guild would never risk being so unspeakably crass.
These assassins are afraid of being seen as impolite.
I mean, they did hold a meeting just to tell us that there's a...
Poverty in Orlais. A common merchant may lack the resources or manners to fulfill a debt, but among the guilds, it would be shameful.
Alright.
Let's speak later.
No romance options.